Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So a lot of you guys have a lot of questions for me about like being a college athlete and a runner and what it's like. So a couple days ago I put up a thing on my Instagram for you guys to ask me some questions. So I'm just gonna go through those today and answer as many as I can for you guys. I have them all on my laptop here, so if I'm looking down, that is why. And I'm just gonna go through them and answer all these questions for you guys. Question number 1. Recruiting process and how you improved your times. So you actually, a lot of people ask about the recruiting process. Basically, I reached out to most of the coaches just with an email, like saying like what my times were and that I was interested in the school, and a lot of them emailed back. My current coach emailed me and asked me to come for an overnight, so I went and I met all the girls and hung out with the team, and it went really well, so that's where I ended up. And how I improved my times, I think the biggest thing is just being consistent with your training. When I got my training plan and started training for distance, I followed exactly what my coach told me to do, and I never skipped a day. What are your college PRs? So for cross country, my 5K PR is in 18:24, my 6K is 20:51, and then for track, my 3K PR is 9:45, 5K is a 17:20, my mile is 5 flat. How do you feel yourself for a long race? So my go-to before every race has always been very plain and simple: oatmeal with a mashed up banana, one banana, cinnamon, and lots of peanut butter. How to stay motivated. My biggest tips on how to stay motivated are have goals. Like, doesn't matter, small goals and big goals, like shoot high. Like, don't be afraid to have those big goals, because that's what's going to keep you motivated and keep you wanting to like work hard and be better, is to have like these big goals that you want to accomplish. How did your mindset change from racing 5Ks to 6Ks? Honestly, it does not change that much for me. I think I just pushed myself in a 6K that much longer than I would in a 5K. How is it running in college compared to in high school? Do you also work? It's definitely a lot different. High school is not nearly as competitive. Some people are just doing it for fun, and you have people of all different skill levels in high school. When you get to college, it's pretty much everyone who is very good at their high school all coming to one place, so you have much more competition and everyone is at the same level as you, which is really nice because having competition helps you push yourself. Also, I do not have a job while I'm at school. Between track and school, it's just a lot, so I never have a job. I work during the summer and that's about it. What are the best foods for runners? So a lot of people on my Instagram ask me this, like, what should I be eating? And all I have to say about this is basically you should just be eating the food that makes you feel good. What made you decide to want to run competitively versus just for fun? I've been an athlete my whole life. I was a soccer player and I ran track, so I knew in college I wanted to like keep running and like playing sports, because that's just always how I've lived, and I couldn't really imagine not being an athlete. It's just like something that has always kept me busy, and I didn't want that to end when I got to college, so I think that's the biggest reason why I kept going with it. How many different colleges did you reach out to? I think I reached out to about six or seven. I don't remember exactly, but around there. Does height matter for a distance runner? How tall are you? I definitely think that being taller helps. Like, obviously having longer legs can't hurt. I'm not that tall. I'm pretty average. I'm 5'5". There are plenty of people who are small and are great runners, so do not let that get you down. Like, doesn't matter how tall you are to be a distance runner. How fast do you need to be to run in college? That's a hard question because I guess it depends on what division you're going into and what school. Do you have enough time to get schoolwork done? Debating if I want to swim in college. So I do. You definitely have to make sure you make time for it. Like at my school, like we have practice takes up like at least 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours of my day by the time we get there and warm up and then get back. And then by that time it's dinner time. So between classes and that, it definitely makes it hard, but I still have time and I still have time to hang out with my friends. My sport is basically all my friends. Like I love my team and I don't know what I would do without them. So I think it's a wicked good community to be a part of. Weekly mileage. So this really depends on where I'm at in the season. If I'm in season, it'll be 45, 50. If it's like right now during the summer, I started lower. I was at 30 at one point, then I went to 35. I'm now in the 40 to 45 range. Worst part about being a student athlete. This is a hard one because there's not a lot of bad things, mostly good things, but I guess just being able to like push yourself all the time. Like you always need to be on the ball and you need to be getting work done when you can. You don't really have a ton of free time. Do you recommend ice baths? Yes, I do. I think that they help. I feel like this is personal preference, but yeah. How do you balance everything? In order to keep balance and like kind of stay, I don't know if this question is kind of like balancing like life, like between like sports and everything. I would say keep a schedule, get things done when you have the time, and just make sure you make time for things that make you happy. How do you stay positive and get through mental blocks while training? This is a good question because it definitely happens. It happens to every runner. I would say kind of just thinking like when you have these times that you're like I can't do this anymore, just thinking of like being grateful for like what you have and being grateful that you can run and you're able to do what you do. Like I always think like having the opportunities that I have, like I'm so grateful for them, even though sometimes it can be really hard. Not everyone gets to do these things. How many days a week did you train in high school? 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I didn't really do much on the weekends. How do you go for a run on a day you aren't really feeling it? Telling yourself, just go out. This is what my coach always told me. Just tell yourself that you're gonna go for 10 minutes, and then once you're out there, you'll most likely feel better and you'll be fine and able to do the whole thing. How much do you eat on rest days compared to days with workouts? Either the same or more. Sometimes I feel like I'm even more hungry on my rest days just because my body like needs that energy to refuel. A lot of people think you don't need to like eat as much on your rest days, but no, you eat just as much, if not more, on a rest day because your muscles need to recover. What are you majoring in? So my major is business administration, and then I have a concentration in marketing and a minor in social media marketing. Injury prevention. My biggest things, I've never had any huge injuries, so I would say the biggest things are stretching, rolling, and if you are having pain somewhere, don't like stop, like don't keep running on it because it will make it worse. And that's where I see most people have mistakes and get hurt, is that they are having small pains and they just grow because they don't take care of it soon enough. What does a typical week of training look like for you? So we have training runs usually Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Tuesday and Friday will be workout days. Wednesday is a day off, so we'll have like pool or bike cross training of some sort, and then Sundays are usually long runs. Pre-race tips. This is also different for everyone. Personally, before a race, I like to listen to music, kind of get in the zone. I feel like that's the same for a lot of people. How much is your social life impacted by college athletics? I still have a huge social life. I don't think it affects it much at all. Definitely most of my friends have come from my team, which is probably the one thing about it that would be different, but I love my team and I still have time to go hang with my friends and go out to dinner and go do fun things. Do you ever just feel tired or lack of motivation while balancing school and running? I'm not gonna lie, I think this happens to everyone. Sometimes I definitely feel lack of motivation. I'm like, oh, this is a lot, but I just go back to why I do it, like thinking of why I run in the first place and the motivation it gives me and like the drive that I get from it. High school to college transition. So I would say the biggest things or tips of advice that I would give to high school runner going to college is the competition, like just being prepared for the competition that you're gonna have, and the extra, like the increase of training. College is definitely a lot different when it comes to training. Like your mileage will probably go up. Food to keep in your dorm. Granola bars. If you have a toaster, then toast or bread. I mean, you could make sandwiches without a toaster actually. Rice cakes, nut butters, microwavable like rice packets, cereal, tuna, canned tuna or canned chicken, and fruit like apples and bananas and stuff like that. What is your favorite part about it? So my favorite part about being an athlete is the community. I love my whole team. They're my best friends. They're my people. They're like my family. We do everything together. Traveling with them is so much fun, and we motivate and push each other, and I honestly have no idea what I would do without them. So I love just having that motivation and that like community. How to avoid overtraining. Listen to your body. If your body's telling you, like, you'll feel it. If it's saying slow down, then like slow down. What type of recovery equipment do you have? So the things that me and my roommate have in our dorm, we have tons of rollers, lacrosse balls to roll out like the bottom of your feet. That hurts a lot. My roommate actually has like this foot massage thing. She has plantar fasciitis, so if you have that, that like really helps. And then a muscle gun. I don't know if that's what it's called, but we call it a drill, and it basically is like one of those things with like a ball in the end, and it like digs into your muscles and it really hurts. How many complete rest days do you take a week? So when I'm in season, I take one. I'm currently taking 2 week Wednesdays, and Sundays I take off at the moment. What's your favorite thing to do with teammates outside of running? We have this like little breakfast place that we really like. It's called Tucker's, and we will go there after pretty much every long run. Something I also like to do with my roommate is watch sunsets. We like to like get ice cream and then watch the sunset, which is like probably my favorite activity of all time. So yeah, that is all that I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A, and I hope I answered like some of your questions that you have for me. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and follow my Instagram _runners.eats and keep updated with me. But yeah, see you next time.